So let me ask you this. So you said you just got back into the strength conditioning role for the college soccer team. Talk to me about maybe some of the challenges that you're having with that, being out of that game for a little bit and now coming back in. Were there some challenges, or did you feel like, you know, having the time away gave you better perspective now going in? You're like, you know what, I'm going to implement this. I know I'm going to do without this. Here's the things I can truly influence. What? Give me a little idea of some of those battles.
You know, I think the biggest thing, yes and no. You know, working a lot with the law enforcement, a lot of the challenges at the collegiate setting are similar to law enforcement. You know, all of a sudden, you know, practice schedule change or training schedule changes, you got to adjust and adapt and things of that nature. So not quite, it hasn't been as big of a leap coming back as I had anticipated it would be. You know, one big thing that has been a little bit of a challenge is, you know, again, with the fitness levels, is making sure that they have the appropriate base built up first. You know, versus just taking into, you know, higher level exercises that, you know, some individuals may value as being important for athletics, which is true, but they just don't simply have the base yet from a fitness perspective to accommodate those higher levels of training. So really it's going back in and it's really trying to build the base. And
reestablish that foundation.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, right now, you know, with the young ladies I work with, they're great. They're really hooked up. It's kind of one of those situations. I've been very fortunate to where I don't have to drag people along through their training sessions. I mean, if, you know, I told them to run through the wall, they go, okay, how fast should we do that?
And how many times?
Yeah, and like I said, I've been really fortunate in that regard. But I think a lot of it is just going back in and focus on fundamentals and techniques and making sure that, you know, we're really trying to clean that up first. And, you know, subsequently we've been seeing a lot of gains in their overall strength levels and overall technique and things of that nature. So I'm real pleased with how they're doing.
Yeah, I'm one of those believers that, you know, getting people strong, you'll never wish you didn't. You know, as long as relative strength stays in a good place, you know, getting people strong is always a good place to be. But you've got to have that foundation first, and I think a lot of people skip that one. And I will say this is pretty interesting. We've done a number of these roundtable discussions, and literally every practitioner I've spoke to, the one thing they always bring up, and you did as well, is you have to adapt. And that is the biggest thing that I think young practitioners have a hard time dealing with, is how to adapt. And obviously you're planning and preparing your students for that during your course of preparation. So I just want to, I want to thank you for coming out today and just giving us a sneak peek into what you do. You know, I've been fortunate enough to present with Jay and watch him present. If you're ever at an NSCA conference or any conference that Jay is presenting at, he's a can't miss practitioner. You must go watch him. His enthusiasm, his passion, and purely the knowledge that he will give practitioners is worth its weight in gold. So real quickly, can you tell everybody where they can get that book? The Speed and Agility.
Developing Agility. Yeah, so really any Barnes & Noble, Amazon, it's pretty easily accessible. It's through Human Kinetics. And then in June, we actually have a new book coming out. Me and another great practitioner from Texas, John Sissick, have a book called Maximal Interval Training coming out. So it does talk about a little bit of that high intensity interval training and a little bit more metabolic conditioning type things as well. So
awesome. Well, thank you for your time here today, and I know tons of powerful information and knowledge that you're passing along to practitioners. So thank you so much.
I appreciate it, Ruben.